Please give it up for our next speaker, Rabbi Weiss from the Neturei Karta.
With the help of the Almighty, I always pray to the Almighty to bestow upon me His truth, His wisdom, that I may convey His message and so sanctify His name, and inshallah bring peace to the world. Assalamu alaikum, greetings, peace. Thank you. This is the organizations. There's a few organizations, but not I know, and the others, and I'm not sure who stood behind it. But I know one thing: that everybody who's a human rights activist should be standing behind this, and actually the whole world should be standing behind this our protest here. This protest here is every person who has any logic, any humanity should be standing here and demonstrating, because this is simply unacceptable. It's illogical. It does not make sense. As we've heard the eloquent speakers, everybody was stating, this is incomprehensible. Just like in 1948, when the United Nations ratified the existence to create a so-called Jewish state, a state of Israel, how is that acceptable to give a decree that the majority population of a land should become automatically second-grade citizens simply by the name conferred upon them? The state of Israel, what does that mean? That it belongs to a certain demographic, a certain people? And mind you, the people that were actually living there, the Jewish populace, was in total opposition to the creation of this Zionist state of Israel. Why? Because it's not a Jewish state. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Judaism is to serve God, to be subservient to God. It is to be loyal citizens amongst the populace where they're existing. That means that the Jewish people, as they were for hundreds of years under the Turkish Empire, they were loyal citizens of the Ottoman Empire. They refused to accept this control by the Zionists, this illegal, this criminal control of the Zionist entity, a political entity, a total political void of godliness, a transformation from Judaism to nationalism. They did not accept it. And the Jewish populace that I am in contact with daily, who is living in the streets of Al-Quds, of Jerusalem, they constantly say they are not accepting it. I just, on the way here, we were listening to a speech of Rabbi Hershel, blessed memory, who was the representative in the Palestinian Authority, and he said, there's no such thing as a state of Israel. There is no such thing as a state of Israel. It doesn't exist. It simply doesn't exist. This is Palestine. And we will continue because it doesn't exist. It's just a fraud. It's a criminal entity that's simply hijacking and trying to misrepresent what is on the ground. On the ground is Palestinian people, godly people, people who are living in their homes and they're suffering. There are people suffering, they're being thrown out. There are people who are they're physically suffering, spiritually suffering, and then everybody is unfortunately psychologically broken. Every family there is psychologically broken. Every child. Here we're talking about a year because of the COVID. How much people are worrying about how it affects the children here. That's what people are worrying about. For 1 year of not going to school, they say, how is it going to affect? It's definitely going to affect. How is it going to affect 73 years of occupation? How is it going to affect the children? What's happening? Where is the outcry from the world? But we would like you to know, in the name of my brothers and sisters, my Jewish brothers and sisters, in occupied Palestine and around the world, we stand up and cry and beg and plead with our leaders, with our, who are given to us, representatives of this country, of the United States of America and Europe. We are pleading with you, do what's right. You are granted by God a gift, a position to be in control. Use it properly. Help and save the people of Palestine. Once again, it is not an issue of Judaism against Islam. It is not an issue of Jews against Arabs. We are all suffering together. Judaism does not allow to steal or to kill, and it doesn't allow even the because this is the truth of Judaism, and we want you to